Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. Have a special guest coming back who is doing work for you. Folks, you've been following my channel for any length of time. You know, I talk about a 50-year spreadsheet all the time. It took me about 24 hours to put all that material together. And what we have is we're welcoming John back to the channel, who's taking it a step further. It's now 52 years, and he has added a lot of extra information. So, John, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Michael. I'm glad to be with you again.
Yeah, thank you for doing this. We're going to pull it up in a minute. But when you think about the 52-year spreadsheet and all the extra fields and data that you've added, do you have any quick takeaways or thoughts before we bring it up?
Well, it's a lot of work to put it all together, but I think it's worth it because it does tell a story.
Yep.
Especially around those recession years.
Yeah, and the big thing for me, having talked last week or the week before about what we're looking to add, I'm so happy to see that we added existing home sales and new home sales.
Being this?
Yes, exactly. Because I'm on the record of saying that higher interest rates are not necessarily going to cause a crash, at least in price. I am saying a crash will occur in transaction. That is predictable. So we're going to look at that. And the other thing I want to tell people right now is I have already loaded this in my free course and paid course. Just go to the video. So get the free course if that's what you want. Go to the bonus section. It says 52 years. There's a video and there will be 2 attachments. One, and just pick which whenever you want. So the data is already there. You don't have to ask. It is already loaded. We give it away for free because it is so valuable. So John, let me bring it up.
Sure.
Here we go. Oh, got to hit the share button. Hopefully you're seeing that now.
Got it.
Awesome. So let's talk about the rows that you've added. So first and foremost, let's give everybody a look at the data sources. Something that is paramount to me is everybody who looks at this data can check the data. This is where the sources of the information come from. If you want to argue the quality of the source, go ahead. We are just inputting records. This is not fake stuff. This is all data you can go back and double check. But when you look at these new fields, these were the 2 that were important for me: U.S. new home sales and U.S. existing home sales.
Yes, green or red. If you see the numbers go down significantly, I made them red.
Got it. So really for me, because again, we're going into a rising interest rate environment. So let's watch this together. So again, I've not looked at this data. We're doing this together on purpose. So let's see if I can do this. We're going to look at row 7 and row 5. So let's see where interest rates jump. So, okay. So 1973 to 1974, they went up a point. Transactions went down about 100 or 5%. No big deal. Next time they jumped. Oh, let's look at 78 to 79. Oh, not much. So 78 interest rates went from 9, they went to 11. But look at what happened in 80. Folks, this is why I keep telling you that everybody expects housing to act like the stock market, where it just instantaneously. Real estate's not that way. It's in economics, we call it price inelastic. Think about it this way. You think your house is worth 100 grand. Your neighbor sold for 105. Suddenly you think yours is worth 110. You list it for 110, nothing happens. Most of you just take it off the market. You'll sell it later, right? That's time, right? It's listed for 90 days. It's listed for 6 months. It's not instantaneous. So the drop in existing home sales from 1978, call it 4 million, to 1980, call it 3 million. That's 25%. That's exactly 25%. And then it goes further. Look at 81. Oh my God, look at 82. We went from 4 million sales to 2 million in a 5-year period. That is 50%. Folks, that is a crash. But now look at price, row 6. Price went up. All the channels talking about rising interest rates causing a housing crash don't know history. We can have a crash in transactions without a crash in prices. This is what I keep telling people. and people don't get it. They want to argue with real numbers. And that is shocking. 1978 to 1982. That's what I think is happening. I think we are in a rising rate environment. Look at that. Interest rates went from 9 to 16%.
Yeah, we have the data to prove it now.
Yeah, interest rates go up 700%. They went up 80%. That's about an 80% jump. Transactions crashed, prices went up. What did pricing do from 78? So let's not even include 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. Prices went up 40%, people. Transactions crash 50%, prices go up 40%. That is amazing. People, this pisses me off. People don't get it. That's a very telling period because I think that's the environment we're in. Rates are going to raise quickly. Transactions going to crash. Prices are not going to crash nationally. It's not going to happen. What else?
Yeah, we're in an inflationary period.
Exactly.
And a little humor for you.
Okay.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Taxation is theft, and inflation is too.
I like that. So the other thing to look at is wages, because again, I'm a big believer in wages. So let's look at what wages did 79 to 82. Look at that. Wages went up 30%. Folks, interest rates are going up. Just think about this. Interest rates go up 700 basis points. What would that mean? So I think we bottomed out at like 2.5. So that would mean rates go to 9.5. That would, without question, cause real estate to crash by 50%. Transactions, prices don't necessarily crash. If wages go up 30% in 4 years, real estate won't crash. We have evidence. You guys are arguing when you're not looking at the data. It's crazy. Sorry, this is the period I so wanted to see when you were putting this together. So I got a little passionate about that. Any other? Let's actually look at the last couple of years. Let's go. Whoop, sorry. There we go. Let's look at 20 and 21. So where do we got? Yeah. So 21, 6 million. Oh, God damn. So many people want to argue with me supply versus demand. And I keep telling people we don't have a supply problem. Look at 2021 versus 2020. If we have a supply problem, people, we would have less flipping transactions because there'd be nothing to sell. The only reason we had 500,000 more sales is because people wanted to sell. We just have a demand problem. The Federal Reserve took rates to an artificially low level. Everybody could buy at 2.5, and we sold a lot of homes in 18 days or less. It was not a supply problem. There were plenty of homes sold, 6.13 million homes, 500,000 more than 2020. It was not a supply problem. It was a demand problem created by the Federal Reserve. Crazy.
Well, if you go from 2021 into 2022, if you could show this on screen, I got this from the, let me look at this, National Association of Realtors.
Oh, yeah, let me go back to you. 1 sec. Stop sharing. Oh, look at that.
Look how it drops.
Yeah. It's dropping. Existing home sales are dropping. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I keep telling people. Housing crash. We are going to have a housing crash in transactions, not in price.
Oh, we're already there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anything else on this? I'm going to go back to the spreadsheet because this is amazing. And again, folks, don't ask. It's already there. Just go to the show notes below, get the free course, go to the bonus section. It is all there for you. I took time out of my morning to load it early because I know everybody is going to want this.
Yes, there is one more bonus statistic for you.
Affordability. Look at that.
Yes. Again,
these are national numbers, not your city.
Red or green. National numbers. It's all calculated from the spreadsheet. There's no new numbers
awesome.
Created here. It's the spreadsheet gives us these numbers.
Oh, look at you. There's the formula. If you want to argue math, there's the formula. Look at that. I love this. This is awesome. So again, red would mean unaffordable, correct?
Yes.
Trending that direction. Got it. Okay. Oh my God, look what happened. And all this is again, 78 to 82 is the period that I'm looking at. Rising rate environment, fast rising rate environment, real estate crash, transactions, not price, unaffordable because of interest rate, wages catch up. And this stayed unaffordable for how long? When did it go green? Oh, it went green in 92. Wow, that's a decade. Wow.
Yeah,
And
an
yeah.
entire decade.
And then we have stock stuff still down here. People keep talking to me about the stock market. The stock market was basically dead money for a decade, right? So we go from 90, like, so what is this? So from 90.3 to 90, basically 0.3. What year was that? 78. From 70 to 78, the stock market did nothing. I think that's the environment we are in today as well. The only people that I've said this so many times, I'm becoming a broken record. The only people that won the 70s, John, were people that bought homes in 70, 71, or 72. 30-year fixed rate debt, let inflation take your rents higher, let inflation make your housing value go up. And then, oh, by the way, when rates crash, because when did rates crash? So what was rates? So rates were about 7.5. No, wait, where is it? Here they are. 8.5, 7.5. Here they are. When did they go down to like 5? I don't think it was until like 2000. Let's see. When did they see their first 5? So here we go. 2003. So then you refi it and you get all that cash flow. Yeah, it's crazy. So John, any other takeaways from this? This is a pretty complete spreadsheet now. I think we got
Yes,
everything.
it's a pretty good tool to examine history of real estate.
Yeah, and this is why we can have a housing crash in transactions, not in price. Look at the data. John has done this work for you. We've cited sources, so don't argue with John or I. It's this. If you don't like the data sources, I don't know what to tell you. But at the end of the day, John, any other closing thoughts? I want to personally thank you for doing this. We're giving this away for free. A day of my time, more of your time. It's just amazing.
It's going to help
thing you've done.
everybody that follows old rat rules.
That's right. One rental at a time, baby. John, thank you very much for doing this. Greatly appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me again.
You got it.